What's up? So this is gonna be off the cuff. I'm not writing credits at all, so it's gonna be probably a very easy to uh, edit video for myself because of the fact that I'm not really caring about like this content. It's very much off the cuff. I'm not really gonna be formulaic because it's very much whatever I'm thinking of versus kind of like a topic when it comes to like gaming or like a specific game or anything. I do want to buffer before I start talking about the next game, which I don't really know which one it is. So that would be fun. But I just came in for my bike ride, so I'm very much sweaty. But I'm energized because of the fact that I had like a maybe 10, 11 mile bike ride. Went to like the Stegan place, like Spanish place, and then I basically went for a ride for Bobo, which is not too much money, let's be honest. I'm spending way too much money for like how much. Like I'm not in the red, but I'm in a red. I'm in a personal red for myself, which means I'm not in the red. I'm not my account. My account's at default. I'm working literally next week, so I should be getting a good amount of money. Which next week for this would be briefly this week because I actually don't remember when you guys get this. Oh, you're getting this in 2 weeks. You're getting it in 2 weeks time. Oh my god. Oh gosh, it's basically the start of September. That's when I'm working. But yeah, the topic I wanted to talk about today, like I said, was off the cuff, was about kind of anime, but not really anime. It kind of encompasses anime, D&D, and it's really just about classes. Because I was talking about it last week, or what's this week? Actually, it probably was the upcoming video you guys are getting, the last video I dropped, and I was talking about dark magic and how I always wanted to do dark magic. But the thing is, when I was basically coming up, I did like the idea of magic, but the true thing really is the fact that like I very much always stuck to rogues when it came to like playing video games or anything. And when it came to like anime essentially, I always tried my best to kind of gravitate toward the isekai genre. Like even now, like I read so many different isekais, and that's so funny to me that I'm still like reading isekais. I'm still reading these like gaming type of mangas, and the reason for that is because like I'm never going to get the games that happen in manga, right? You have all these games, which is a haven for somebody like me, where you can have your own fucking class. Like your character can have a class and nobody else can have. And it's because of the fact like you have these games that are hooked up to AI and you will have like, oh yeah, if you do this, if you do that, like there's a possibility that I was just scratching my head, my bad. There's a possibility that you would be able to unlock this one in a lifetime class in order to play, and it'd be you'd be the only person playing it, and you wouldn't really be restricted to like kind of the mouse and keyboard aspects where it's like, okay, cool, I gotta get this combo down, I have to do this because it's VR, right? And that has always been like the main thing, but then again, like most people would probably be scared of the fact that like SAO was a trend or Log Horizon when it came to anime. That kind of like, oh yeah, but like these motherfuckers got trapped. Like they got trapped in these video games for a long period of time where I was basically comatose. And again, they'd live, or you have like the other, like the more like recent animes where these people like kind of have these awakenings of sorts in the actual real world where, oh cool, you love like the not really overhyped, but the over talked about solo leveling, which I love solo leveling. I just hate fans of solo leveling because they feel like because they preach and they preach that solo leveling is the only fucking like necromancy manga ever in life. Sorry. The thing is, solo leveling is right, but it's not the only necromancy manga that's out there. There's other stuff. There are things that kind of follow suit with kind of the necromancer but has a dagger aesthetic, like it's basically an assassin. That in itself was kind of rare for me. I didn't remember any type of anime or manga really that showcased a necromancer that was also an assassin that fought. And that in itself made it unique in itself, and then now you see it all the time because like in when we think about necromancers, we think of a caster that may be wanting to go the way of the lich, talking about Wrath of the Righteous essentially, which I still haven't like continued that thing. When I said, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna continue. I didn't. I'm lying to you. So you have those, right? Or you have the Necromancer where they have a scythe, because again, they're basically like the Grim Reaper. So you have all these different things that showcase what a Necromancer can or is, in essence. And until everyone was like, yeah, I have a dagger. I have a dagger, I can summon some people, and yeah, you're dead. And that was great. And the thing is, like I said, like I've always been like a Truck-kun person. Like even in like one of the first few Discord servers I joined years ago, I was a part of like Anime Den for a long period of time, and my nickname was Truck-kun. Like I made my nickname Truck-kun because again, I was always talking about anime. I was like recommending stuff, and then it just became a shit show. Well, the server was already a shit show, but when I was like, okay, I'm out of here. I found other things to do and I never really looked back. Which is the funny thing, like you don't realize that sometimes you have to just get away from like a server because of how bad it can get. Because like especially when it's a streamer server, because the bigger they are, or like a YouTuber, because it was a YouTuber, and you don't realize that like it can get messy because of the fact the bigger the YouTuber, the less likely they're going to interact with their own server, right? And that's because of the fact that they have to edit. Like when it comes to a YouTuber, your content is literally making videos, recording videos, doing all this compared to like when it's a Twitch streamer where as soon as they're done streaming, basically either work out, they eat, they do whatever. But like the bigger streamers nowadays, their life is streaming at this point, right? They will essentially, my fucking whole back is wet right now in this shirt. I changed the shirt soon. But like their whole life is on stream, which is kind of weird to me. Like I don't like I stream, but I wouldn't do all that. Like they sleep on stream, they will eat on stream as well, which I don't do that either. I wait till like I take breaks. Like I take 3 breaks during stream and I work out. Like I literally take breaks, I work out, and I also prep my food so I can eat later because I don't really want to munch on stream. I don't do all that shit. Like I want my own time. I don't stream for money because I'm not gonna make money from streaming. I know that. I make money from like my actual job whenever I can get on. Like whenever I get a gig essentially. So like I don't really care enough to do that. But back on the topic of classes, I guess, like I feel like I would always do a multi-class or I would find a class which can dwell between well, like a spell thief, I guess, where you still have your magic aspects, but also you have like rogue its talents because having the ability to kind of warp away or walk away, like I'd probably be like a shadow rogue, or I'd have kind of more of a rogue but have black magic talent and mix it up so it could be a shadow rogue, so you would be more dwelling in like a Woljif essentially from Wrath of the Righteous, where you would have still magic but everything would be based around shadows. But then in shadow itself, magic can easily be ousted if you have anything that has like sunlight or a priest, essentially like a light priest. That's basically the biggest fucking counter as a light priest. If you have anything that shines, you can get them out the shadows, but then again, they're still a rogue, so they can still kill you. They can still, if they touch you and they crit you, you might be dead. If you have a bleeding build, but that's also why I think like in I'm forgetting the game Grim Dawn, I went with a spell thief, which my spell thief itself wasn't really good when it came to like the caster side. I very much just buffed my damage when it came to status effects and also the damage that came onto my weapon. So they have like enchantments that buff the weapons, also gave things a what do you call it? Things a kind of debuff or a dot on them. So at the end of the day, I'm not doing a lot of damage, but I'm doing a lot of chip damage. So once everything accumulates together, you can easily like, kill the enemy. But it's not really the best kind of build, right? It's kind of shit. It's kind of shit. It's not the best. It's not the worst, but it's kind of in the middle where it doesn't really go on either side. Like it's great 1v1. It's like great 1v1 build. It is trash at mobs. Like it do good against multiple people. Unless you're able to use a bow or something and have like a split shot. Which is another thing I'd be. Like I'd be kind of a rogue that also can mess with a ranger. So again, I'd probably be more of a hunter. So in PG3, my solo playthrough is a Gloom Stalker rogue. Gloom Stalker hunter. So I would probably go that more than anything else. But because of the fact that like D&D or even like gaming itself has all these different classes and stuff, I really don't even know would I go if like given the opportunity. Like if we had like a the certain webtoon that which I haven't fucking caught up like at all. Like I caught up and then I fell behind, and that's very much something I always do. When it comes to my webtoons, I catch up and I fall back, or I catch up on something else and I stop catching up on the thing I need to catch up on, and it becomes a bad thing because I'm like, well, cool, I just read all of it, and then I catch up on other stuff. And I'm like, fuck, I missed out on everything. Also, I don't see this one. The Lone Necromancer, right? You have like the Lone Necromancer, which, to give a very small synopsis of, even though I have the app open, and I just closed my phone, so I don't have it open anymore. But you have, essentially, there's like an outbreak, monsters are there, but the kind of like a game system opens where it gives you a chance to pick a class, meaning you have like 1-star classes all the way to like 6-star. You have a chance to pick it. Again, you should know, if you know gaming, you know 6-star is probably the rarest and best class to pick, and 1-star kind of like the worst. But then again, no single class can be bad. You can make it better if you use it the most and make it shine. Right? This person picked Necromancer, And he's basically like one of the top few people because of the fact that he's making use of the necromancer skill. And if we had that like type of thing, I feel like it'd be fucked because we have so many fucking gamers. That weird thing of that happened and then it was like nobody really was a gamer. There's few people that gamed because again they were in the college. Not everybody was like a big fucking gamer and knew everything. Which was also weird to me that like a lot of the mangas or like the webtoons follow that trope where it's like, oh yeah, so this world came to shit and people had to pick classes or do a class and nobody gamed. And very few people besides like the main character really was the highest gamer and they knew what to do. Like, motherfucker, like, there are so many fucking gamers that at the end of the day, we'd know what to fucking do. The only thing that would probably happen is that if you made us have to level up from same body type, same whatever, same stamina, and you gave us the parameters of what we fucking have at this point, we'd be fucked. Most of us be cooked. A lot of people would be on fucking steroids. All the fucking gym bros in steroids. Like, well, fuck. We can't move as well as we can. We have to be in fucking knights because again, they're gym bros. A lot of them on steroids. A lot of them on max amount of fucking creatine. You would have to always deal with that, right? And also like deal with the fact that you would have to make yourself or steer yourself through this world. I think one of my favorite webtoons right now is The Primal Hunter because it explores that aspect where again you're thrown into this world essentially, or the world goes into an apocalypse type of state, and now you have to deal with the fact that you are the hunted, right? You have to hunt, you have these classes you pick up, and you have to deal with that, right? You have to find a way to make the best use of the situation with the type of life you lived thus far, which is essentially like our protagonist very much like didn't really work out much, but he liked to hunt. He liked archery, which archery doesn't mean you have to. Archery has a lot of like upper body strength and also some lower body depending on like how you stand and everything, but a lot of it is like your back is strong as fuck because it takes a lot of takes a lot of work. So essentially he was still strong. He wasn't like fat or nothing, but he wasn't in shape. Even now, like it's very much a bad situation and where you were left on a cliffhanger. But like in that type of world and aspect, I don't know what the fuck I'd do because of the fact that like I'm not out of shape. I'm not definitely not in shape. Like I'm at my best shape when I'm on tour, right? When I'm working, when I'm on tour, when I'm having to walk like 16K steps a day, essentially. That's when the best shape I'm ever in. Theoretically, I'm in the best physical shape, as in like I'm in the best like I can lift heavier than usual, but body wise I look like shit because again I eat like I'm bulking, which I'm not bulking at all. I kind of like have this weird thing because like when you're on tour, you have this thing where you have to always order food, right? You always have to order food out. There is no like meal prepping. So like when you have that type of thing, it's very hard to get out of it once you get out. Because again, you're not making money a week once you get home, like unless you're in a theater or whatever. But even then, most of the theaters only pay you like every bi-weekly. You're not making as much money as you would on tour, depending truthfully. But you're not really making that much money. Like I said, I'm working next week again, which is not remotely any time that the start of September, right? And I should be making a good amount of money. I don't even know. I think I'm like minimum is like $35 an hour. I think we're getting paid 8 hours, but I'm making more than that because I have to be the crew lead, which I don't even know how much it is, but I'm making more than that. So either way, I'm making a good amount of money. So I'm happy because now I'm going to be out of the red, but I'm still not going to be out of the red because of the fact that I still haven't got any ideas about any current gigs, right? I've been trying to get back on tour because, like I said, I want my tattoos. I want to finish this fucking sleeve, and I want to do a lot. And it's hard to do that when you're not really seeing any tours pretty much opening up. Every tour that is currently going on has been going on since I left the tour I was on. And probably if I stayed on that tour, I probably would have found another tour. Or I'd be home, but I wouldn't be currently in the red where I am right now because I would have made money. I wouldn't have made a lot of money because they didn't pay me that much, but it still would have been more money than I'm making right now, which is nothing. And like I said, I wouldn't have been fucking red. I feel like I said nothing this whole fucking time. I wanted to really talk about kind of gaming and everything like that. Oh yeah, so I talk about that too. That's I said earlier. There's like webtoons and everything or mangas that have like the type of game on the play, and it's very hard. Like you don't find MMOs like that because again, we haven't like. I feel like we probably can make it with MMO like AI technology we have right now, where you can have an AI kind of lead. Again, we have fucking Neurosama, which again Vito's behind Neurosama, but Neurosama herself is very much a very intelligent AI, and it's not like he's telling her what the fuck to do. She's very intelligent. She can respond pretty well. And if we have an AI, like one fucking person's dealing with that, you're telling me we can't find a person to kind of make an AI that can build this stuff around the game? Again, it'd be very scary, and I don't think it would pass any fucking laws for safety that we'd have an AI that was built into VR like technology to control people or control a game where people are having to go into VR to do it. Again, I don't know if we have the VR technology can be SAO, Sword Art Online anytime soon. I did see something that they were making something like that, and then every comment was like, "Oh no!" It was like, "Oh no, the day has come. The day has come." But also, let's go, the day has come. And that's the thing, like, I get very bored when games because you're doing the same thing. Nobody really, there's no real, like, originality when it comes to kind of classes. Final Fantasy uses the same classes they have. WoW has been basically the same. They add some stuff, but truly speaking, WoW has had the same classes for a while. Again, adding different stuff, adding, like, changing what stuff does, maybe the move sets, trying to make it original with different things online, like different seasons, whatever. And, like, you have Guild Wars. You have other things to play, right? There's a fuck ton of games to play when it comes to single player game where you can actually enjoy and play different classes. But truthfully speaking, I kind of want to live in a world where I would be able to have like a powers. Like that would be fucking amazing. It wouldn't be great. I would never. And I say right now, I say that with my heart of hearts. I would never want to live in any type of fucking world where magic or like this is possible because most of those worlds are fucked, right? Most of those worlds have slave systems. Most of those worlds have like prostitution in it. Like it's not a good world. Like a lot of people's impoverished. People are like it's a worse type of world to live in. It's a very much old style world. And it's not good. It's always fucking trash. And the main character has to like deal with shit and go through it. And also have to deal with like the fact that they can easily be betrayed any type of way. At any given point they can be betrayed because somebody wants to be in their position or somebody feels like they have better than them and they just want to kill them because of it. And it becomes a really shitty world because again, we live in that world right now where somebody can be jealous of the way you live and just kill you because of that, right? Somebody can be jealous of the way you live, like you have better stuff than them, or they just don't like the way you live and just like, okay, cool, I'm gonna get this person gone, which is so fucked. Now imagine that, right? Imagine that in a world where magic is a real reality. That's not good. It's not good at all. It's like, well, we have guns. It's better than that. It's like not at all. Like truthfully speaking, it's not. Magic in every world where there is magic, there is a way to motherfuckers have guns. Like that's the thing. People's like, well, we have guns. Motherfucker, like you do know, like in a lot of these mangas, the mages are able to find a way to deflect bullets where they're ineffective. So they find ways. So like that's why a lot of these these shows have it be like everybody goes back to primitive tools. Like you have bows and arrows, and you have like hatchets, you have axes. Because at the end of the day, bullets are bullets. Like that's it. Like they're not really magically engineered bullets, unless like they're magically engineered bullets, right? Like you have like an arcane sniper of sorts where they can go through like a magic shield. That's the thing. That's the only way that actually makes it possible is if the bullet you're shooting is also magic based. If it's just a regular bullet, most people just find a way to circumvent it and it becomes null and void. Is why people have to like you have aura or you have like key, whatever. Like you have different ways that people envelop themselves and fight. Like I said, I would love to live in that world, but I also wouldn't want to live in that world because it'd be shit for me. And because I'm black. And yeah, it was never good enough to say. But then again, I feel like there would be more racism when it comes to, I don't know, it depends, right? And you might be wondering why I just stop my statement. It's because at the end of the day, like I've read mangas where the humans are very much mistreated because the bestial races or the other races very much are in power. And I read mangas where or reading the current manga where the other races the humans are in power and every other race is kind of like looked down upon. So it really just depends on what type of world you're just shot into. And it's so shit. Because you don't know. That's the thing. At the end of the day, we don't know. Like, you don't fucking know which world you're going to be put into. Because, again, it's not like we can make our own world and be like, okay, cool, shot, put you in there, and then you're amazing. Because, like I said, I've been this person who's always wanted to do magic, or who always wanted to kind of, like, be enveloped in, like, a martial world, like a Miran world, but also have magic and learn magic so I can combine the two. But because of the fact I'm well read and I've seen a lot, I've done a lot of world building in my own time, most of these worlds aren't good. Like they're fucking shit. Like they're fucking shit. And I wouldn't want to live there because of the fact I know how it is. And I know that it would not be good. Because we always think about the better parts, right? Like you can have the power, but we don't realize exactly how we have to get to that said power point where, cool, I have the power, but now I have to deal with raids. I have to deal with goblins. I have to deal with dragons. I have to deal with humans, bad humans. I got to deal with the fact that nobility exists. And just because I'm at a lower caste system, I may be treated badly or looked down upon, even though I do have power. Just because of the fact I'm not a noble, I could get killed just because I have power and I'm a threat to people. Like there's so many things that you have to think about, and it's so fucked. It's so fucked. And like I said, I love reading. Like I love reading my webtoons. I love reading my manga. I think this is also the reason why I read it the most too. Because like I said, I very much was a person who grew up reading books. I read all the fucking books in the world. I watched anime. I played video games. I was lucky enough to do all of that. And I very much kind of stayed towards manga and haven't really read a book in a while. And even when I do buy books, I usually buy graphic novels. And the reason for that is because I feel that, and I say this wholeheartedly, that manga and like webcomics or like graphic novels have probably the best character development and world building that you ever will find, because again, the world, they have to make a world to start off in, and you kind of have to see the world throughout everything, and you can see what type of world they're living in basically from the first few like panels, because you can easily see what currency they have, how people are treating other people, and you kind of guess or kind of see what type of world the character is going to live in, which you don't really see a lot in like books, and if you do, they have to over explain it. But that's also the medium, right? You have words versus actual pictures, which is not like it's not really any fault. Like again, you have amazing books that can easily tell kind of what you're doing or what the character's into, what kind of world they're in the first couple of like chapters. But again, it's going to take a while. Even like movies don't even do a good job. Like the current Deadpool, a lot of people have loved it. And I'm here, like, I also like the movie for what it was. It's very much Deadpool's entry into the MCU, and also did a big step. As a movie, it was a pivotal movie because it brought in a lot of different things back into the MCU, but it also wasn't the best Deadpool movie. It was something that could have easily been solved probably in the first hour and then been done. But because of the fact that it had to be kind of the herald of, hey, remember all these characters you forgot about? All right, cool. Come in. Like that really was the basis of the movie. It wasn't supposed to be this amazing movie. It was supposed to really just be a heralding of, hey, we're going to have more movies because now we're in the MCU. We're not really by Fox anymore, or Fox blah. I don't actually know exactly what happened, but yeah, we're gonna bring in everybody. This is really just going to be a fun movie. Don't really think much about the story. And yeah, let's do this. But like, yeah, like, and the reason why I say that is because nothing was power. There was no, again, it's not really spoilers. I'm not really going in the story. I'm very much just saying that there wasn't really a lot of, oh, cool, we have to do this to get powerful. Or we need this item, this boss, or we need to do this. It was just like, hey, let's do some backstory. Which again, it's Deadpool. You're going to have backstory in Deadpool. But it was just like, hey, let's do some backstory. And then we go fight the boss. All right, cool. I bet that's all it was. It was something that the only reason why it took so long because of so much backstory and like waiting to meet somebody just to do things. It was like, well, they needed people to fight. True. But the thing is, they were doing backstory while waiting to go meet the people, and the people saw them first. That's the thing. Like, everything could have been solved within an hour. Like, that whole movie could have been done within an hour, and nothing would have been missed, right? But because of the fact that, like, again, this was literally supposed to introduce other characters back into the MCU so they can actually be included in other movies, that's really all it was. It was just like, hey, come here, come here. We're back, baby. We're back. We're in the MCU. And that's all it was, right? That was literally all it was. But yeah, that's really it. Like I said, I just wanted to talk about something simple. I kind of went off tangents which is why I do scripts. And the main reason I do scripts so I don't go off tangents. So I kind of stick to what I need to stick to. Because without the script, I go off on tangents. And like I said, I very much want to talk about classes. I'm willing to talk about manga as well and the webtoons. I don't watch anime, by the way. Like I read manga, I read webtoons. That's really it. I haven't done D&D in forever, and I kind of want to do that. But D&D requires everybody to kind of be free, right? You need everybody to be free. You need to set some time up. You need to then make a character, do all that stuff. I think like you have to spend so much time on the initial thought of meeting up and doing, and it's very hard to do that, especially with me because I can be busy. I can be free for like a good like 3 weeks, and then I get a call like, hey, you want to do jobs or you know on tour? I was like, yeah, okay, bet. And I'm off. Like I haven't gone on tour in a while. So the last few months, if they would have asked me, hey, you want to do a D&D session? I'll be like, yes. And I was like, hey, we need to be free. And I was like, fuck, I can't. But also I wouldn't have like much time to do anything anyway, because of the fact that I stream for like I stream basically all week because I have nothing to do. I stream all week. Strictly speaking, if they say, hey, we do it this time, if you want to stream it, cool. I'd be like, okay, fuck it. I'll just stream my DNs, my D&D session. It's not gonna be fun, but I'm gonna stream my fucking D&D sessions because of the fact that like I do want to do D&D. I do like the idea of like role playing. I do talk in different voices when I stream in the first place. Even this voice you're hearing right now is a different voice than my current voice. Like I very much have a lower tone voice. My voice is deeper, and I very much have a different voice for talking when it comes to streaming or anything else because it's softer, and you can easily hear me like better. Like it's a very much clear voice. I also do it when I go outside. Like it's very much my speaking voice. Like this voice is not like again, it's not XML voice. This is closer to my actual speaking voice. But like I said, like that's not as clear. I can easily mumble over words too because I'm so low spoken, and because of the fact that like I speak deeper, like I don't really talk. I have to like yell or do all this stuff. Like it also sounds dead because I don't have much emotion when it comes to my actual speaking voice. Versus this, which has more emotion, even though I didn't change my facial expression at all. As you can probably tell in my VTuber, like the expression, nothing changed. So that's really it. But yeah, like also my fucking looks like that. My mouth is so dry because I just came from biking. I did drink, but it was like very sweet. It was a very sweet boba. But that's really going, like I said, that's gonna be it. I really wanted to talk about D&D, which I kind of put into the end. I do want to like do one of these days of showcasing one of the books I bought, which I don't even know if I'm legally allowed to do that. I've never really I've seen people like show different things, but also a lot of people when it comes to like the D&D, like YouTube, whatever, they do that on Patreon. They'll like go through a bunch of like the books and stuff to showcase to people what they do because of the fact that like they should have it paid, but also that it's not their book unless it's their book, whatever. But like I said, I do want to do a D&D session one of these days. I don't know when I'm gonna redo it again because like I said, I have the time, but I never know if I do have the time, and I'm literally on call for. I'm trying to get another tour. I need to finish this fucking animal sleeve. I only have 4 tattoos on my arm for my left arm sleeve, and I want to finish it because I want to finish it. Like I'm supposed to do. I think the next part is kind of my trash pandas because I already have my I have like Halloween themed ones, and I want to do trash pandas. So I want to do the raccoon, I want to do a possum, and there's like one more. I forgot which one the other one was, but I was gonna do a raccoon, a trash panda, and some trash panda, a raccoon, a possum. I'm forgetting the third one. I don't know why I forget the third one, but yeah, it was supposed to be 3. But I want to get more, and I haven't gone on tour yet, so I haven't done that. Like I said it 3 times already. But I'm gonna go. Hopefully enjoy this type of video. It's more of the off the cuff, more absent-minded because when it comes to like not making script content, I kind of fly off the hinge and forget to kind of stay on topic. I'm gonna go drink some stuff, finish the food I brought from my bike ride, and then be depressed and play some ranked league because I accidentally ranked. I played ranked and did my placement. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta get out of fucking bronze 1 because I can't do that. I can't do. I need to fucking be in silver. At least gold. Yeah, that's gonna be it though. My name is Oni the Incubus. That has been my time. And I think it's the earliest I made a fucking video. I'll probably start editing this on Monday or Tuesday. So that means I'll be a week ahead of my actual videos, which is amazing. But yeah, that's going to be it. Hope you all have a good rest of your week. And also a good rest of your day. I'll see you all again next week. I love you all. Mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah. There you go. Peace. Bye. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Oh, oh, oh.